holy ones, sacred ones, brothers and sisters, actually it is very close to my heart when anybody wanted to do something for humanity. I supposed to be doing a lot, but I am just one of the 7 billion, and so I have limitations what I can do. So when so many join together, then it will be more effective. So I'm very happy to be here. And actually in Lotus Temple, center of Baha'i faith here in New Delhi, I was here a long time back, long time back. And in the Lotus Temple itself, you can't talk, you have to be silent, and very difficult because it's so beautiful. You wanted to say things, you know, how beautiful that is, that cannot, you just have to be silent. And also during the pilgrimage for active peace, 1989, one of the participants is the person heading here. And so, so it is a place I'm very familiar with. But today, because I have an appointment, health appointment, so I have to leave right after my presentation here. My own health thing. So anyway, peace pledge. When I was requested to participate several years back, that time I cannot because of certain reasons. So I send video messages, and then Brigitte ma'am, then I came to know through that. And Pirshatta Khan, I know him 1981. Since then.
My good fortune.
Well, that's very good to know. How you feel, very good to know. And Mohanji, I met in Delhi, and then Devi Ji I met on top of the world. Greenland. Yes. And then all of us, many of us met each other. And so actually what brings us together is a very simple thing. That is all the living beings, from God to human to animal, every living being, everybody wanted to be happy. Nobody liked to suffer. And to try to achieve that, there's so much effort have been made, and we have very little written record of it. But all of our written records, you know, from God to human to animal, so much fighting, so much this, so much effort, so much this, that, all to achieve happiness and to achieve what everyone wanted to achieve. But then definition of happiness become very individualistic. Somebody's happiness becomes somebody's suffering. For example, for me, as a monk, and at this age, then for me, most happiest moment is solitary confinement. You know, to retreat and don't talk to anybody, don't see anybody, just do retreat for, I did up to a year, but I just finished to do 1.5 month, almost 2 months retreat. So that is the happiest, best thing. But of course, you know, many people don't like it. That's why solitary confinement is a punishment, you know. So this way, the definition of happiness it varies from realm to realm, society to society, person to person, and also from different stages of person themselves. When they were a kid, something else, and then when they were teenagers, something else, then when they are a young person, then something else, when they are middle age, something else, when they are old, something else. So these things changes. Now, what really becomes so crucial at this time in 21st century is there isn't that much choice. I want this, I like this, I don't like this. We don't have that much choice because everything is closing in. Our life depends on so many things. The scientists are looking all over the universe to find a habitable place, another Earth. Okay. So the definition of habitable is gravity, oxygen, water, all of these. So now our own oxygen is becoming very precious, not abundant, closing in, you know. And then water, drinking water, closing in. We have to buy in bottles. When I was adolescent, if somebody tell me you have to buy a bottle of water, I would think that person is crazy. But now this is something you must do, you have to do. And then our own food, real good food is closing in, because all of our food have something that will make our life short. You know, the food's supposed to sustain us, make us live longer, but there's so much chemicals, so much fake things inside. So like this, we can't blame anybody. It's our own doing, and we, the human beings, have done it, and we are doing it constantly. So now, who can undo this? You know, who can fix this? We. I like prayer, of course. I pray, and somebody will come and fix it. I believe in that ultimately, but I am 1,000,000% sure it will not happen in my life. Because I might be praying for next 30 years, then I will be, 96. It wouldn't happen. Okay? So all the 7 billion people today pray to fix everything wholeheartedly, doing nothing else. And then something might happen after 50 years. You know, so for me to pray that this mic will disappear, it can, but I might have to pray 100 years for that to happen. So instead of that, I just tell him, move the mic. Don't have to pray 100 years for that. So prayer, I believe, of course, meditation, prayer, all of these things are essence. But we do that, of course, we do that. So we are doing that, but as we are doing that, all of these problems are happening. हम लोग तो सब कुछ करता है, हम लोग करते करते ये सब होते रहता है, ना? We can't even stop it is from happening by praying. So once it already happened, and then to go away by praying is very ambitious. I'm a believer. I believe, I pray, of course, and it works. But then prayer and meditation and all of that work for me personally, for my mind, yes. But for my body, again, it will work, but it takes so much. To fix my tooth, I am going to see my dentist, to pray to fix my tooth and meditate to fix my tooth. I might have to meditate and pray solitude in a Himalayan cave for maybe 50 years. Yes, it will happen, but it's not like that. It's not just like that. So this way, we can fix things. And people say the things, all the problems that humanity is facing with our own home, the food, the earth, the trees, the oxygens, the deserts, the water, the everything, glaciers, everything, it's too late. I don't believe. You are not dead until you are dead. So right now, we are still hanging around, things still going on, so it's not too late. Too late means we are finished. So when we are finished, then too late. Until that, not too late. And we can fix it. But there is some kind of huge blockage. People who are religious people who are political people who are business people who are scientists, so many, everybody can do things, but there's a huge blockage. What is that blockage? Of course, it's ego, it's greed, it's so many things, but leave that alone. But technically, when a child is born, it is born with nothing. Have no idea, no concept, nothing. So it grows for 8 years. And during that 8 years, the father, the mother, their job is to make that child really know what is right, what is wrong, and what is life, all of that. So what happens is, since I'm not blaming anything, but the reality is since Industrial Revolution, everybody is working. So after they give birth, then they can take care of the child. So they find somebody to take care of the child, called, babysitters or nanny or something like that. I'm not blaming them either, but this is the reality. So that way, the child from birth until age is the most important part of life is not taken care. So then, I don't mean to be sarcastic, but I describe that easy way. So when it's a little bit dramatic, then people get it. If you try to be very proper, then wouldn't get it, miss it. So I call that period is brainwashing period. So you are brainwashing your child. this is good, this is bad, you should not do this, you should do this is like this is like that. Brainwashing. So why I say brainwash is because we are on planet Earth, and planet Earth have its own conditions. So what good parents put into the children, into the baby for this period of time, it's good for here. But if the planet in which the child is born is totally opposite to this, then everything good thing that we are teaching here is totally bad for that child, because it's totally opposite. So that way it is brainwashing, but correct way, So they're putting things in properly. So now that period is almost not talked about, not recognized. And so the child grows and then reach 8. And the body is 8. And the sign for that is the change, the truth. So the new truth comes. So now brainwashing period is over. Yes. Now after that is repeating. So then go to school, and then repeat. So spellings, mathematics, and everything, repeat. So then that way the child learn for another 8 years. So then become mid-teen. So 16 years old. And so repeating. So there, if your first 8 years is no good, the second 8 year will be affected by that. Then after that, from 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, up to 24, the third 8 is experimenting. So now the 16, you think you are super person, you are Superman, Superwoman, and then don't want to listen to people. You just wanted to find out by yourself. So then experimenting. And so if first 8 is good, second 8 is good, then third 8 will be good. Experimenting in the right direction. But if those first 2 is no good, then third will be very difficult to be good. I can't say impossible. I don't believe in impossibility. There's no such thing as impossible in true dictionary. So anything is possible, but very, very difficult. So what happens is, during these 3 stages, then about caring about environment, the importance of so many things is not really put in. And it was not there. Perhaps 500 years ago, not necessary. Maybe 1,000 years ago, not necessary. But now necessary. And all of a sudden, even parents, even they keep their child next to them for 8 years, they wouldn't know. They themselves were not really taught properly. So this time the education is very, very important for our next generation. From birth to 8, it should be essential, 100% focus. 100% focus on the welfare of the child. Then you can make a good human being, a wholesome, complete human being. Then from there we have education industry. I call it health industry, information industry, education industry, food industry, medicine industry. I say that, and I don't think it's me. Actually, it is in the dictionary also. People use these words. So then they will do their best, but from birth to 8 cannot be industry. It has to be There's no one who can care for you better than your mother and your father. No one. That is natural instinct. The dogs, cats, snake, any kind of being, they all take care of they all care for their little ones. The human beings, we are human beings. No? If we don't know how to care, then something went wrong. Then that means there's many people who don't like their mother, who don't like their father, and so that means, their father and mother did not have proper care, so they themselves did not know how to care their children. So that way, the parent and children relationship, which is most natural thing, become messed up and confused. So these things has to be fixed. So that is long-term thing. But then short-term, right now, the way we are acquiring our necessity. For us, light is necessity. We became totally dependent on electricity. We are totally dependent. No electricity, nothing works. Aeroplanes will not fly. Trains will not run. Cars will not run. Nothing will work without the electricity, without the energy. So our means of making this energy is fossil fuel, coal, diesel, petrol, then atom, the nuclear power station. And now we have solar and wind also, but very difficult, because solar panel takes so much space. So we human beings are growing so much. We are 7 billion, going to be 8, going to be 9, going to be 10, going to be 20 billion if nothing terrible happens. So it will go on like that, and land will never grow. Land actually will shrink because of the melting of the ice. North Pole melting, South Pole melting, Central Pole melting, and then all the major glaciers are all gone. I flew over Pirani in France and Spain in between. There is not one glacier, not single one gone. And then all the Alps, so much is gone. And Himalaya, we know, so much is gone. And Mount Kailash, so much is gone. So Karakoram, everywhere, so much is gone. Hindu Kush, everywhere, so much is gone. And so this way, the ocean level is rising. So land is really going. We have less and less land, more and more people. So solar panel, to put. Where do we put? We should make.